So I feel like a hypocrite. That's the main consensus of this entire video. I think for the past 3 weeks, I have been parading myself as someone who has healed, who is no longer sad or heartbroken. It was not out of nowhere, something triggered it. And I realized that my trigger for this person is milestones. When something good happens to me, then they're not there. So it's like my brain is trying to fill a gap because it's processing the fact that I'm not heartbroken or healing because this person left or because we're no longer friends. I am now sad that I cannot share my milestones with this person. They're not in this chapter of my life. Like, I can't share these milestones with them. They're not here. I never even thought it was a problem. I didn't even think it was something I would have to deal with. I think the hardest part of that friendship breaking up is I could clearly see that they did not want to rekindle the friendship. They did not really care about putting in the effort, did not care about how far we've come and all the memories we've shared and everything. And I had to actually look at myself and tell myself that you're not as important as you think to this person. You're not as indispensable. When I think of them, I don't feel like I'm going to die. My chest doesn't hurt. And that was when I was like, okay, Zainab, we're getting somewhere. We're making progress. So today is one of those days again. I'm trying to adjust my heated blanket. I don't want to say feel sad for no reason, like I normally do. So I'm actually watching The Office. I'm just in season one. And then Ben and Jerry's. I feel like this is the perfect sadness episode comfort. So I feel like a hypocrite. That's the main consensus of this entire video. That's the main thing I want to touch on. So I think for the past 3 weeks, I have been parading myself as someone who has healed, who is no longer sad or heartbroken. And come to find out today, literally 2 hours ago, that it's a lie because I was sad and crying. So I was lying to myself. If you noticed, in my last 2 or 3 videos, I've been so happy. And I kept saying that, oh, I am feeling this sense of peace. I no longer feel pain or heartbroken. And I even kept saying that for my heartbreak playlist, I would no longer have any sad videos to make. That was a lie because here we are. Basically, something happened today and I got triggered. It triggered the whole heartbroken, sad person in me. This is the funniest mic holder I've had. Normally I use pens, but today it's a spoon. Hopefully the mic doesn't fall because it's shaking. It's slippery. Back to what I was saying. In this video, I'm going to be a bit more specific than I normally am. Normally, when I'm making videos like this, I'm talking about heartbreak and healing. I'm normally vague. I don't call names or give specifics. But to make this video make sense and to myself, because this is how I process things. Once I talk about this, it's done. I'm over it. I'm not over it because how many months now? But I'm able to not worry about it for the next few weeks or months. So I had this best friend. Oh my god, is this a story time? This is my first story time on the internet. Wow, I didn't even think so. But I had this best friend who I've known since childhood, and they were my person, they were my safe space, and we're very close. One day, they woke up and decided they no longer want to be best friends or whatever. What happened today? I'm trying to make sense of why I am sad because to me, it kind of also doesn't make sense. But the thing here is something good happened today. I achieved a milestone. I got good news. Apart from the whole job thing, something happened. And it's something very silly. Will I even call it a milestone? I like being dramatic, but then I actually realized that I would get paid. My salary would come in way earlier than I expected. And I was so excited because I thought I would be broke on my birthday. But then it just made me really happy because that meant that I would not have to be financially strained this month and I could just do a lot of things that I wanted to do without having to wait for next month because they said I had already passed the payroll cutoff, something like that. So when I got the good news today, I was very happy. I came back from work. I was in a good mood. I even went to this kebab place that I hadn't been to in a while. A little detour, guys. Life is so beautiful. I think our life as human beings is just so interesting. The way we're able to experience different things at different times of our lives, the way we're able to tie memories to certain places. That's how I feel. So the kebab place that I went today, I remember I was there like 5 months ago And I remember sending a voice note to my mom then, and I was worried. I was talking to her about accommodation because I was trying to find a place here. It was difficult for me to get a place that was a 6 months contract. All the landlords were offering 1 year. The issue was my results for my dissertation had not come out. So I was worried that if I take a 1 year contract, what if I failed my dissertation? That means I have committed to something with another person and I would have to pay. And I think then I had read about if you fail your dissertation, you won't be able to apply for your post study visa. The option of resitting wasn't even in my mind then. And I can remember, like, in that kebab place, I was talking to my mom, I was sending her a voice note. So much worry and anxiety about whether I would pass my dissertation, whether I would get the post study visa, whether I would find a place here, what type of accommodation, a lot of uncertainty and worry. And when I went into that place today, I walked in there, like, it didn't even dawn on me till I was waiting for the kebab. And I just looked at where I sat and made that voice note, and everything just clicked. And I was like, wow, 5 months ago I was here. And now I'm here because I had not been there for a very long time. So I think that was why it was a huge thing, because I hadn't been there in months. So I was like, I'm back here, but this time as a different person. Yes, I'm that dramatic, but in the sense that now I know that I have passed my dissertation. I graduated. I got my post study visa. I applied for jobs. I got a job. Oh my God, I love how this sad something is actually turning into a whole different thing. I didn't even plan on talking about this, but back to that. A whole different person, someone who has grown and thrived with a job offer, someone who is actually expecting our biggest pay in the next few days, because literally it's in the next few days. It made me so happy and proud of myself. I was so hyper. Like, I came back, I bought whatever. To cut the whole story short, I was happy today. I was in a good mood. Today was a good day. And something just happened. I was in bed and I just started feeling sad. It was like around 11 p.m. Now it's like 12:57. And I was checking, I was like, okay, why am I sad? And I realized that I was thinking of this best friend that I had who we have stopped talking. And I was asking myself, Zainab, why are you sad? You and this person haven't been talking. Like, you've tried to fix this friendship, you've reached out. So what happened is they ghosted me, and then they did not, let me not even get into it. I tried to have a closure conversation with them. They acknowledged it, they're sorry, whatever. They didn't try to make the friendship work again. So I'm like, it's fine. I think the hardest part of that friendship breaking up is I could clearly see that they did not want to rekindle the friendship. They did not really care about putting in the effort, did not care about how far we've come and all the memories we've shared and everything. They did not care about that. It's like they had already moved on, and I think they just had a new life. They had more priorities. It is sad to say, but then I was just no longer that important to them. And I had to actually look at myself and tell myself that you're not as important as you think to this person. You're not as indispensable. They have new friends. I could see that they're a new person, and then I don't fit into the idea or the life that they want for themselves. And I think for me, I love them so much and I put them on such a high pedestal. And when I love you like you're my friend. I want to do so much for you, but I expect so much from you. And I think even emotionally, they could not give that to me. But then in my head, I'm like, okay, even if I love you as a friend so much that I would actually take crumbs for you, I would take crumbs. But then I could see that they were not even giving me the crumbs. I'm diverting here, but they are one of the reasons why, like, sometimes, like, when I talk about heartbreak on this channel, I swear to God, it's not a romantic thing. It's from breakups of friendships or family relationships, stuff like that. So with time, over the past few months, I have been crying, healing, coming to terms with things, getting over them. And I felt like in the last 3 months or two, actually, I felt like I had started getting over them. I would not lie to myself and say that, oh, I'm over them completely. But I think I had started to accept reality, considering that they knew that I was struggling with stuff and they just didn't reach out for months. And I kept thinking, for me, the funny thing is, like, even if I annoyed you or even if I did something wrong to you, you know the situation I am in, you know the phase I am in. Like, I would never abandon you. So I think sometimes that's what is making it difficult for me to, because I'm like, even in the first place, the whole problem in the relationship, you're the cause. So how are you the one who is not reaching out? But back to what I was saying, I had come to terms with things. I was getting better in the sense that like they no longer revolved in my head. When I think of them, I don't feel like I'm going to die. My chest doesn't hurt. And that was when I was like, okay, Zainab, we're getting somewhere. We're making progress. And then I think there was a point in time it decided to become like irritation and hate, in the sense that like when I think of them, I feel irritated. I feel angry. I hate them because I'm like, you did this, like how could you do this to me? And then sometimes I try to stop myself. This is how much I love this person, because I'm like, Zainab, this is your person, this is your Shayla, you can't hate them. But I think hate and anger kind of made it better. So I was going off of hate and anger for the last 1 to 2 months. So it's like I didn't even care anymore, honestly. I was like, okay, it is what it is. And I started seeing them as a very bad person. Like I started seeing them in my head, like you're really not a nice person. You're not a good person. You're a really shitty person. You really did this. And it's not one thing, it's like multiple things that you keep doubling down. I really put you on such a pedestal. I idolize you. I thought you were an amazing person. Like, who are you? Who is this? So, looking at them that way, and it's not like I created it, like, I'm looking at them in that way based on evidence, based on things that they have done. So, it just made it easier to deal with. A little disclaimer, my lights might go off anytime, and well, I don't have the energy to. So, back to what I was saying. Today, I was now sad over them again. And I know why. I'll tell you why. Oh my god, you guys actually realize that it's a pattern. So what I was telling myself before I even started this video is that it's not like I'm not over them. It's not like I'm still heartbroken. Yes, I'm still healing. But I realized that even a month ago, when I remembered them again, like in a serious way, like in a painful way, and when I cried about it, it was not out of nowhere. Something triggered it. And I realized that my trigger for this person is milestones. When something good happens to me, then they're not there. So it's like my brain is trying to fill a gap, because in my head, in my brain knows that this person has been there all through. So all the milestones in my life, and the funny thing is the person and I are kind of in a similar like phase of life, so we're having similar milestones. So for example, if I'm job hunting, they're also job hunting, but then they're doing it before me. So I remember when they were in their own phase, I was there for them. Like I can remember calls or text or, oh, I got this job, oh, I got this, oh, I did this, I passed this masters, I did this, I did this. And I remember like us talking about it and me being there for them and celebrating it. So I don't know, maybe my brain like cannot comprehend that like this person is around my vicinity, but then this is happening. Like I'm reaching these milestones, but then I cannot call them, like I cannot talk to them. And then it's so hard for my brain to like comprehend or like come to terms with, because what do you even mean? Like that doesn't even make sense. If you told the me 2 years ago that was like best friends with them and talking and everything, that I would get a job and like this person would not know, like they won't be the first person I would call after my mom and dad, like she would be like, you're lying, like it doesn't even make sense. You get what I mean? And it's not only like the job aspect, it's little things. It's other milestones. It's something as little as when I see something like a shared hobby or a shared passion for something, I can't call them to talk to them about it. I can't text them. Then I just get sad all over again. It hurts. I think before I was crying and healing over maybe like abandonment, not talking with them, what happened, them ghosting us, not being friends again. But I think now the type of healing and heartbreak I'm going through is coming to terms with the fact that like they're not in this chapter of my life. Like I can't share these milestones with them. They're not here. I never even thought it was a problem. I didn't even think it was something I would have to deal with. But this is the third time that after like I'm done crying up, like now I hate them. And it's a strong word. Hate is a strong word, but I really don't like them. Thinking about them irritates me because you don't deserve me. But then I'm realizing that two things can be true at the same time, in the sense that I hate them now, but then when I am achieving things in life that I know they would have been the first to know, or when it was theirs, I was there for them and supported them. And what hurts more is when I know that they are capable of being here for me. It's just a call, it's just a text, it's just a check in. It's not like something where they cannot. It's a conscious effort. It's you make a conscious effort and decision that I don't want to be in your life. I know you're going through this. I know you're celebrating this, but I don't want to congratulate you. I don't want to be there for you. I don't want to check in on you. I don't care. I want to pretend as if you don't exist. So that is when it hurts more. Does that make sense? So yeah, I didn't really think like it was ever going to be a thing. I thought I would just be healing from like being sad over them. I don't know. Our brain is so weird. Like, what do you mean by I'm sad over somebody? I'm so angry at myself because I'm like, this is my win. I did this all on my own, and then here I am sad over just because of somebody that really doesn't care. You guys, I'm reading this book and it's called The Art of Being Alone. And I love the book so much. I made a whole review about it on this channel, and there's something she said. So she says, there is no need to feel lonely or sorry for yourself. Being alone is a part of life, it's a part of adulting. Your friend, now, this is the part I want you to listen to. Your friends and mates cannot stay with you for the rest of your life. Life moves pretty fast, and everyone is trying to run faster so that they aren't left behind. The simple truth of life is people leave for good or bad, and life goes on. Some people will leave for a better job opportunity, while there will be some times when you will have to leave people for career growth. And then there will be times when people will get bored of you and they will find another toy to play with. That's how it is. Can you do something about it? Probably not, but you can do one thing, and that is stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop thinking that there is something wrong with you that needs to be fixed. Stop trying to figure out what you can change in yourself or how you can pretend to look perfect. Honestly, I added that, but then I don't think there's anything wrong with me. So, what I just want you to pick is where she said, people will get bored of you and they will find another toy to play with. And to think about it, like if you read this, sometimes you might interpret it in the romantic aspect, but it's actually not romantic. Like even in friendships, people might just get tired of being your friends. They might get bored and they might find more interesting friends, people. And sometimes I think when you've been in a friendship with someone for so long, it's more difficult. So it takes more effort, emotional energy, more commitment. It's not as easy as friends that you meet for months. And I think some people are not capable of building long term friendships and pouring in so much commitment and effort and love into it. Because even the friends I have now, sometimes like there are times where you don't have it in you, but then you still have to show up for your friends. You cannot just ignore your friends because you're going through life. You have to find a balance. But yeah, this sentence that she said, this whole they'll get bored of you. I don't know why I've just, because this thing that has happened with this person, there is nothing that I did to, we've had conversations. Like, it's not a thing where there's conflict. It's just this person doesn't want to be friends. And it's the most difficult things to understand. What do you mean by, and then, oh God, you think like you're indispensable, whatever, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I think I have basically said what I want to say. I hope I did not go off track, but mainly what I wanted to talk about in this video is processing the fact that I'm not heartbroken or healing because this person left or because we're no longer friends. I am now sad that I cannot share my milestones with this person. I don't deserve to share in this joy with me, but then my brain wants it. It's like something that my brain is used to. And then I think even I wanted the realistic me, the sensible me knows that, but then my heart is like, it feels sad that like how it's so hard to comprehend. Like, how are you not in my life? Like, how am I not telling you these things? Like, how am I not sharing these achievements with you? And then how is this happening? How is it that like you are able to like make this conscious effort to not want to be in my life? It's not like we're romantic partners. You get what I mean? It's not like a fair weather friendship. We didn't meet on the street. You get what I mean? I've come to terms with things. So things are like more silent. I'm okay with how things are. So now it's just that silent pain, that silent reminder out of nowhere. Another thing is like, if this person today came back and was like, oh, let's be friends again, I really don't want to, because I have seen what you're capable of. I have seen who you are as a person, and that is not good. I can't have somebody like this in my life as a close friend. But then still, I'm still sad. I think I'm repeating myself at this point. One thing I want to add is I do think about them occasionally. Sometimes out of nowhere, randomly, I'll be like, wow, this actually happened. Like, we don't talk. Like, wow, you actually did this. Wow, it's been how many months we haven't talked? Like, wow, it's been 3 months. Oh, wow, it's been 4 months. Wow, it's been 5 months. But not from a place of sadness. And I think I love that face. I love that for myself. But then here I am today. I'm giving myself grace. It's not like I am heartbroken. But I think I need to even stop using this word, because which one is, it's not like I'm heartbroken. Am I heartbroken? Am I sad? Am I healing? I don't know. I don't care. I'm tired of using these words. But then I think it's healing. And like people say, healing is in stages. You go up, you go down, and now I'm at the down. But honestly, I'm already fine. I knew that this thing was just a trigger. And once I've cried about, I think it's if you for me, like whenever I'm sad, is I have steps to it. So first of all, I cry about it. I feel the feelings, either write about it or make voice notes in my diary. And if I am up for it and I have the energy, I would either like eat, take ice cream, any like sweet or goodies I have in my room with my electric blanket. Say hi. This electric blanket has gotten me through so many things. And then I would either watch a movie. I actually sometimes listen to a poem on YouTube, comfort movie, and then the last resort is if I have the energy and time, then I record a YouTube video. I don't record all my sad episodes because sometimes it's just out of nowhere and I don't even have the energy to talk. But today I had the energy to talk. I need to go to work. Thank Gani. Like I need to go to work in a few hours and I'm still here because it's 1:30 a.m. right now. So yeah. There's something I want to touch on in this video. I don't know if I should. So you know how in the beginning of the video, hopefully I don't cut out that part, but I was talking about how